Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with my November layout share. It was quite a busy month, as you can see, with all these layouts. And I did quite a few off camera as well this month. And so I'm kind of gonna start, I guess, with some of the ones from the current Close to My Heart catalog. This goes through the end of December, so definitely get your hands on that if you see anything you like. And I'm starting there because there are quite a few of the scrapbooking workshops that I did off camera. So I kind of just want to show you those and how I mix those up. So this layout here is actually from the Cherish collection out of the catalog. And I'll kind of show you how, kind of what it is. So it's more of almost like a springy floral collection, but I had purchased just the embellishments here and there were 3 snowflakes. So I went with it. So I have that, and then the mix in paper pack, which the mix in paper pack is a pack of papers that go with all of the collections in the catalog. So what I did is I ended up going with these 2 papers here. So this is front and back and front and back. So I ran with that for this layout. I did get into my stash a little bit for my title, and then some more wood grain snowflakes and this little sentiment here. This paper is actually from last year's Winter Wonderland collection, and I thought the colors matched good enough. So just kind of a fun way to show that, you know, even though it is a floral collection, you can still change it up and get something wintry out of it. So that's layout 1. This one here, so I was gifted, I think, about 8 Picture My Life cards from the Cherish collection, because like I said, I only purchased the embellishment pack, and so I decided again to use the mix and paper packs, use the same 2 papers, and I was able to get 6 Picture My Life cards on this layout with just 1 photo. So I used 1 for my title and backed that with a Picture My Life card, staggered 2 of them, and used 1 for my journaling, and then, oh, nope, that is the back side of the paper. I did use 1 as a backing for my photo. I wanted to bring in a little bit more yellow. It's in there a little bit, so that's how I did it. Most of the embellishments are from the embellishment pack for the Cherish collection. So now we move on to Christmas Story. This one here there is a process video for this one, and I just cut strips of paper. I used the embellishment pack from this collection as well, which is really fun here. So there's gold glitter, white acrylic, paperboard, and so you kind of get to build your own embellishments, which I just love. I love that, you know, there's different textures, different, they're just made out of different things. I like that a lot. So that is, let's see, this ornament here and the present up there. Love this thin cut as well. That is in the catalog, as well as these I stamped using an older Stampin' Thin Cut set, which at the time that I'm recording this is still available. All right, so then we get into the scrapbooking workshops. I just had an H fall out of my catalog. I gotta figure out where that came from. All right, so these are the scrapbooking workshops, and I did complete all 3 of these layouts, which I guess the first one I have is number 3 here. And I just kind of wanted to show you how you can change it to fit your photos. So you can see they have 6 photos on theirs. I only have 3. but I was able to pretty much stick to the, I guess, template, I'll call it, but adjust it for my photos. So instead of 2, I have 1. So I do have more open space, but I felt like that was okay. And then I thought this was just about the same length, a little bit shorter, and apparently a little bit wider, but I thought it still worked really nice. I just had to bring my tag down and just move this embellishment kind of cluster over, but I felt like it filled in that space there really nicely. And I did add my own little cluster at the top as well to fill in that space. But the nice thing is you do get a little bit extra embellishments, at least on the sticker sheet. So I was able to fill in a couple of tags, another extra bird with what I had left over. So that was project 3. Then I have this one as well. So this would have been project 1. And again, you can see they had a bunch of smaller photos. I don't print them that way. And so I just had to adjust what I did. So again, I have 4 photos now. These 2, I believe I kept 4x6 and I just layered them side by side. These ones I cut down just a little bit, but not as small as what is on the template. Still kept all the tags across and the poinsettia clusters, and then just move my title down a little bit because this is down more. There wasn't really room for me to put it underneath the poinsettia here, and so I just added it to the black, which I really like. I feel like it helps that title stick out a lot. So I changed that one just a little bit. Again, I know some makers will just take the workshops and just completely go make their own. I guess number 2 I did in October. So this is the other one. I did keep this one pretty much the same as well, I guess. So you do get 3 in the scrapbooking workshops, which I think this one, I loved all 3 of the layouts. So I definitely snatched that up. So there's that. And then we will get into some more. This one I did off camera. I'm not gonna lie, not my favorite. Sometimes I get to a point that I look at the same photos so often, I just want them scrapbooked. That was this layout. So you can see I kind of made a grid, used, I think this was a 6x8 paper pad, and just made some layers using the papers there. And just simple embellishments. Not a lot because the photos kind of are busy, the papers are busy, and so I just honestly kept the embellishments to a minimum. Not my favorite, but it's scrapbooked, and I was able to move on and kind of forget about it. I just bought these papers, mistletoe, mittens and mistletoe, I think, from Crate Paper. And a little bit of the Crate Paper Busy Sidewalks mixed in. Made my circle as big as I could on my Cricut, and then used the like paper, this one going vertical and this one going horizontal, but I felt like they were apart enough that it was okay. Obviously I had to make sure the trees were like the right, like standing upright, you know. And then use the puffy stickers for my title. This is a little bit older. I don't remember. I got it Tuesday morning, this little shaker Santa. But I was able to add him, some tags, and just honestly some simple embellishments on this one. I felt like the papers and the photos, again, were a little bit busier, so I kept my embellishments to a minimum. Oh, and I wanted to show, so I kept the outside of the circle, and wasn't sure if I was going to use it, but then I think I saw somebody else with a circle layout and was inspired. So I used the scraps from that last 2-page layout. I did this one off camera and came up with this one. So it wasn't quite centered, and so the circle, so I had to cut off just a little bit, but then it enabled me to kind of have a white border, and then a nice white open space to kind of have everything in, I guess, a nice open circle. So I just made the scrap piece. I believe this is cut. I don't think it goes all the way across because I had cut out, I had gutted the middle. You can kind of see it only goes to here. So I gutted that so it didn't stretch across. And so with the placement of my photos, I was able to make it look like it goes all the way across. Same with the tree paper here. And I just did a couple of different layers up at the top to fill in that space. I did go into my stash for this one. I don't know that any of these embellishments are from the Mittens and Mistletoe collection. So I did go into my stash for the Hey Santa. I thought that was really cute. Another one of those shakers that I've had for quite a while. Want to use those up. And then just an envelope that I thought was adorable that said Dear Santa. And I just layered some presents and kind of some foliage behind there. Another one I did off camera. I think used up scraps from a different Halloween layout for the outside, layered my photos in the middle, and really just went through my Halloween stash to find embellishments. I thought this was a perfect sticker for pumpkin carving, so I added that. These are those little tabs, and I was able to make them almost look like tags that are sticking up by layering them like that. I think there's an open space under here, so I did need to find something kind of to cover up the crease there where they all meet, but just had fun, just a little eek, and then 3 little stars, and then some pumpkins. Just simple embellishments again because there are so many photos on the layout. This one here has a process video. This is using Twilight from One Canoe 2. I actually found the title first and went into my stash looking for papers that would work, and the Twilight collection was perfect because it has this nice coral like my mom's sweater here, and so I kind of went with that. And super simple, brought the focus kind of down into the corner here, and just, you know, made kind of a couple of different borders. I love the banner. It just filled in that space nice with a big title, and then just another couple of clusters. I did really struggle with this one, but I am happy with how it turned out. If you want to see all the different options, go check out the process video because that was a huge struggle for me because I originally wanted it around the photo, but it just crowded the photo too much, and I did not like that. So here is a 2-page layout. Oh, I need to glue these down. These are some old alphas. So my T is hiding on me. So this one was fun. Because this is an old collection as well. So I had 2 12x12 papers left. And so I had to go back and find a background paper. And so I found this craft paper. It's got the little polka dots on it. It's basil. And then made layers with the 2 papers. This is the backside of the plaid, I believe. And then these are actually just thin strips. And that enabled me to, I'm thinking this scrap here was the inside of what I cut out because I was able to use those thin strips. So definitely, if you have a collection that you only have a couple papers, definitely check out this process video because I was able to, like I said, only use 2 12x12 papers, cut file from Paige Evans, I believe. And then most of my embellishments are actually from Field Trip by Shamel. And then a nice canvas flare from Scrap and Happy Studio there. Better set that one aside to glue down those alphas. This one here was a special request from my mother-in-law for her album. This is her dad and her dad's band from a while ago. And the title is the band name. I guess it switched. And so she wanted both of the titles there, or both of the band names there. These are actually scrap pieces from a different layout. Didn't cut them, didn't touch them, just layered them. So I can't help with cutting instructions, unfortunately. It's just what was kind of scrap scraps left over and it worked. This was one littler card and there's actually pink underneath, so I covered that up but was able to cut it and extend it behind my photos. And then just simple embellishment clusters. I added these. It says historic theater, but they're tickets and it's a band, so I added those, which I thought were cute. And I probably should add some twine to that tag as well. But simple layout and a good one to use up your scraps. Another 2-page layout. So the first dinosaur one was for my youngest. This is for my oldest. And I used Field Trip for this one. So again, 2 papers, I believe, and I just ripped them for the middle and the outsides and kind of just was able to give myself a good area, I guess, to condense my photos into. So I layered them here and then kind of separated them on page 1. Wanted this to be a highlight photo, so I did double back that one as well as that one. This one, I can't take credit for. I don't know who took it. It might have been a stock photo from Jurassic Quest, but I loved that photo, so I saved it, and it printed out actually really nice. I used a stamp for my title there. That is a close to my heart stamp. This little card here, it kind of blended in. It's a little off-white too, and my papers are white, so I double backed that, popped it up on some foam tape, and just scattered some dinosaurs all around. This is from a teen Echo Park, I think, collection, but the colors worked and I thought that was really fun. So another way to kind of stretch your 2 papers. This one here are some older photos of my husband and our oldest, and I kind of went through my photos when my mother-in-law said she wanted an album, and whatever I hadn't scrapped, I set aside. So this is actually for my mother-in-law. Used an older Not Just for Boys kit, and really just these 2 papers, I guess, in some of the embellishments as well. But I had a lot of white space, so I decided to go get my leaf stencil, use a couple different colors, and just layer them. It is a messier look, which isn't really usually how I scrapbook, but this is like chipped kind of wood, chip paint on wood, so it kind of just went with it. And then these are actually off of the, I'll get one, just a second. So, all right, so here is like a pack of embellishments from Not Just for Boys. The back side has all kinds of cut aparts that you can use. So on the bigger ones, the hexagons are on the back, as well as these sayings. I love this kit, and this was perfect. So I went ahead and fussy cut them to kind of add some more embellishments here. And I think I had these smaller stickers that were from maybe a different Not Just for Boys kit, but just wanted to kind of add to, I guess, the clusters. And then I kept these 2 clusters the same with the buttons, and then layered up the remaining leaves up at the top as well. This one here had higher expectations for, I'm not gonna lie. This is the Live and Let Grow collection from Jen Hadfield. I had these 3 photos and just wanted to get them all on one page. So I kind of layered the photos and kind of made a pyramid with the size. So the sizes kept going smaller as you went up. I did want to separate kind of the light colors, so I did add that green polka dotted paper there and was able to use it as well to back my photo. This was quite busy, the leaves, so I did add a ripped piece down at the bottom, and then used a couple of different fonts for my title, and then just some simple kind of clusters. I had these gold leaves from a Not Just for Boys kit, so I scattered those all around, added some extra foliage behind this little saying, and just kind of kept it simple because I look at it and it is really busy. I don't think I over embellished. I just don't know that I love, I guess, the papers or the placements of the papers. And this one here is a 2-page layout. He turned 7 this month, and I just got around to scrapbooking his 4th birthday, but it's okay. I'll get there. I don't know that I actually want to catch up, so I'm okay with it. So I just used scrap pieces of papers from different birthday collections that I had. I had bought this Forky already put together, and I knew I needed to kind of include him because he had a Toy Story party. You can see he's obsessed with Toy Story. So really used a cut apart for my title and overlapped it on my main photo, and then just kept these two together. And really, again, I guess these embellishment clusters are a little bit busier, but not, I don't feel like it's too crazy. So just used the sticker sheets, went into my stash to find some puffy stars, and finished off that layout. All right. Oops, I put this one in the back. Let me get that catalog back out. Maybe. Where did I put it? So I did oh no, that's because this is a different catalog. Sorry. This is not the Cherish collection. Okay. So this is Backyard Bliss, the scrapbooking workshop. With this one, I stuck pretty close to the template. However, this is going to my mother-in-law. So this is actually going to be a 1-page layout, which I thought was okay. Maybe I would have added something more down into the green here, but this is actually going to be a 1-page layout. And this is a 1-page layout. Even though they go together, they're going in different albums. So just another way to switch up those scrapbooking workshops a little bit. I had this picture sitting around. I was going to mail it to my mother-in-law, and I realized, why? She has a scrapbook album. Why not scrapbook it? And so I did. And then I had these ones here from 2020. When we were quarantined, his teacher gave him a plant, and we weren't sure what it was. So we watered it for a while just up by the house, and then went and planted it in the ground and ended up with beans. So I wanted to document that too, because it was kind of funny that we weren't sure what we were getting. All right. These might be a couple of my absolute favorites. These are 2 1-page layouts because, you know, I have to have one for each child. I started with this one. Off camera, I went into my stash because I knew I had this wide open white space that I needed to fill, and I went to my stencils and was gonna do kind of like the plus marks, but then found a cloud stencil. And I thought, I wonder if I can make this cloud stencil look like popcorn. And before I did and committed to doing it on the paper, I did try it on a scrap piece, loved it. So I finished this one and knew that I kind of had to show you guys because I was so excited about how it turned out. I had to show you guys and knew I had the same exact photos for the other child. So I could created this one on camera. So there is a process video showing you how I did that. I have shaker tickets here with the title of the movie and just some simple clusters. Well, this one's only got this one. But just really enjoyed this and knew that it was going in separate albums, so it was okay to pretty much mirror copy the entire layout. And then lastly, this one I just threw together. Did get inspiration from Scrapbooking Quebec, I think is her YouTube name. She had a layout with, you know, just a strip across and then the circle. What I really liked in her layout was how she gave a couple of borders but rounded the inside sheet. So I kind of just took off with that idea. The 2 photos here and kind of the 2 little titles. This is from a field trip, and I knew I had a chipboard sheet of bug stickers, and so I saved these from his teacher to Scrapbook. Just really had fun. I kind of made a line of bugs going up, added one here. Knew I wanted to kind of get a bunch of bugs on this layout, and then just a little bit of journaling in the corner. So that is what I completed in November. hopefully I will get a full month of December. It is getting colder, and so hopefully I can manage in the she shed throughout December and then move in the house in January is my hope. So stay tuned for all the fun December layouts. I have yet to start, so we'll see kind of what I come up with for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's anything specific you want to see, a collection maybe, I have so many that there is a high chance that I probably have it. So if there is anything specific, whether it just be as simple as more 2-page layouts, more, I don't know, girly layouts, because I do have quite a few boyish layouts that I do, just let me know and I will try to accommodate and come up with something for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.